Hey everyone, back again for second part of Blade Runner. So I've got a better mic now, so hopefully the speech is going to be a bit clearer. I'm just going to load up the last save game, which I think was that one. So it's been a couple of weeks since I did my first part, and I had a very nice comment sort of saying to try using OBS. But I'm actually still just using the software from my NVIDIA graphics card to do the recording and the audio at the same time. So the main issue that I kind of felt with the previous video was that the speech was kind of like a little bit crap, shall we say. Just kind of sounded like I was talking on a phone, which is, I suppose, what I was doing. I was using a headset microphone. So now I've got like an actual microphone in front of me here. So I think you might be able to hear a couple of mouse clicks going on, but I've got it set up so I'm listening to the game with my headset, so the game audio is not going to get picked up at all. But you might hear a click here or there. So the commenter also mentioned that the designer cut button doesn't actually do particularly much. It actually removes certain elements from primarily the first act. I always thought that it added cutscenes to do with the exotic dancer, shall we say, later on in the game. So I'm just going to set a timer. Oh. Record for about an hour and see how far I get. Okay. Right, so we're on Act 2 already, so I don't know if there's much point taking that off at the moment. I did, because I kind of got like a little bit stuck at the end of the first part, so I did kind of have a little bit read of a guide. Turns out, like I've played this game, I've completed it like maybe three, 4 times, but played like far more games than the number of times I've actually completed it. Mainly because there's one bit in particular that I always used to get stuck at. But it turns out there's like far more to this game and the decisions that you make throughout it than I at first sort of even realised. Apparently there's 11 different endings to this game. And the order in which you speak to people, particularly the guy that owns the gun shop. Because I made a comment in the first part that you should be able to voice conf that guy. But I think I've maybe ballsed that up, because if you speak to him about the replicant sympathizer that's down in the lockup, Gregorian, I think his name is, he gets pissed off and then you can't voice conf him. So we'll just sort of continue playing. But basically I got stuck because there was a character in Anemoid Row. There's a character in Anemoid Row that I should have been able to encounter, which I wasn't able to for some reason when I was there. And that basically, I think he's one of these characters that sometimes he can or can't be a replicant depending on what you do or how he reacts to you. So we'll head back to Anemoid Row just now. Actually, we'll go to the police station, because should actually be able to trigger a meeting with Tyrell at this stage as well. I think I might need to speak to Guza if he's around.
Ground floor.
And I did actually find out, reading the guide that I was looking at, that the dummies not appearing, the training dummies not appearing in the maze, is something that does occur on modern computers. Something to do with how the game like renders those or something like that. I can't remember what it was. But I think one of the oh, there he is. One of the solutions to that was to like alt tab out. No, that's Gaff. That's not Guza.
Get out of here before I throw my desk at you.
Okay, so that is, I think that's a requisition form for more bullets, I think, from what I was reading. But sometimes he's not here, and then you can pick that up
Ryan,
if he's
go
not
on
here.
permanent leave and you get full use of the office, Lieutenant?
You know the procedure. Dump it all in the mainframe upstairs and I'll read it later.
You got it.
Okay. I think that's something that I should probably be doing more often as well, and I think that's what triggers some of the advancements in the plots, is using that mainframe for all the clues, rather than just
Mainframe and shooting range.
walking about, like hoping things will happen. Right, there we go.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
Right, so nah, I won't bother. I was just thinking about maybe trying that thing again. It's a right pain in the arse though, because it is quite cool. Da-da-da-da. So I'm just going to sort of take my time around here, and because I've got a feeling I've missed maybe objects or things to
Anything
talk about.
unusual happening down here?
Business slow today. But tonight my people bring over baby barracudas. They're very cute. You should buy.
I'll pass. Does this badge mean anything to you?
Okay. Shouting at that guy from all the way over there. I don't know if those barracudas are relevant later on. Right, I'm going here. There he is. Right, okay, I'm actually going to bloody save. Right, because this guy, depending on what you do here, he can actually kill you, like right here, pretty much. Let's speak to him.
2 minutes. That's how much time I give every stranger that wanders in here off the street.
Sell a lot of stuff that way?
I don't encourage browsers. What impresses me are people who know what they want and are not afraid to pay for it.
What's the most expensive thing you got in here?
Value is a relative notion. What's significant to you might be meaningless to me.
And vice versa.
Everything here is guaranteed. The finest, most authentic anyone can get.
I'm absolutely certain Lucy Devlin was involved in this hate.
Right, okay. I thought I could actually get in there now. No? Okay, that's annoying. Yeah, that guy... Izo? He's involved with the... like the replicant protest. That's Spencer Gregorian, I think his name is, was involved with, the guy that's in lockup. And he's one of these characters that sometimes is, sometimes isn't a replicant, depending on what happens. Okay, let's go this way, I suppose. But I think that might be a bit of a like a flag or a trigger, speaking to him there.
Thanks for your time.
Okay, so there's nothing more I can get from her. Let's go and speak to Bob, Bullet Bob.
You want to make it as a Blade Runner? You ought to do your own investigations.
Okay. What the hell is this thing? Is this some sort of like... I don't know. That looks cool. Anyway. So it's maybe jumping the gun a little bit, but I'm already sort of thinking about a game to sort of do a bit of a, not so much a playthrough, but more like a showcase, I suppose. I don't know if you just heard my phone go off there. I had the idea, because this is a Westwood game, you know, Westwood Studios that made Command and Conquer, but also made the Dune real-time strategy games. So I've actually got Emperor Battle for Dune, which would have came out in probably, I think, 2000, and if I can get that to work, that might be interesting. They just sort of do maybe like an hour video. There he is again. An hour video of the 3 different houses you can play as, just sort of like talking about the differences. So that's because I, you know, as well as being mad on Blade Runner, I was mad on Dune for like a long time. Like playing like the original Amiga game that was like a weird sort of real-time strategy, business management kind of thing, and then also the real-time strategies, and sort of a sheer coincidence, just as pretty much the day after I was thinking about doing Emperor Battle for Dune, I was hearing about a new Dune film that's going to be made that Jason Momoa is going to be in, and a couple of other folk like Josh Brolin. But anyway, here's Izo again. Let's see if he's got any more to say. Hey, arse. To wander us off. You ever do that? Like, you just stand looking and someone walks up behind you. You just walk away. But I just can't understand why I can't get into a shop. I was sure I could. Anyway, got all these guys. Does someone have to mention the green pawn shop? I don't know. Before I can go in. But I'm pretty sure I have to go to the sewers to like avoid him. But never mind. I think I'll maybe sort of engineer it so I've got like a guide open or something next time in part 3.
You hear anything yet about that dragonfly jewelry, like what I showed you before?
No, senor. My friend, he's asking for me. If you come back later, maybe I know something more.
The scorpions have gone from the wifey stable.
I need to ask you...
Certainly the LPD must have better things to do than to question a humble merchant over and over again about the same things. Why aren't you out arresting criminals like that disreputable Bob fellow?
Bob?
He owns the armament shop up the street. He's insane, Noble One, insane. He takes peculiar pleasure in agitating all the vendors around here. I cannot even go out for a Shisco without worrying whether Bob is going to sabotage my snakes.
Right, I wonder if that'll open more dialogue with Bob. Bob. Yay! There we go. Right, I'm not entirely sure if us talking about Hassan will piss him off, but I want to void conf.
How'd you feel about taking a little test?
You mean the Void Conf? You come into my shop and you want to VK me?
Relax, I just...
It's funny. You thinking I'm a rep. Set up the test. We'll see what's what around here.
Right, so this is like favorite part of the game, pretty much. So it's the VoidConf test that Holden uses at the start of the film on Leon and obviously gets shot. Harrison Ford, Deckard, uses it on Rebecca. So basically, it's I think the idea is that it's sort of because the replicants have got artificial memories, and I think their emotional responses sort of like aren't quite right. Like the imagination, I think, isn't there, other than what's programmed into them. I think is the sort of the theory behind it. So basically, the VoidConf test is that he basically asks like really sort of obtuse and sort of upsetting questions, and there's three three sort of easy, medium, hard questions that you can ask, and basically looking at the reaction of the pupil here and the breathing, you sort of work out whether or not the person's a replicant or not, because how they react to the questions. So I very often have to, well, not very often, but I've had to interview people in the past for jobs, and I absolutely love to voice comp someone. I think it would solve a lot of problems, to be honest. Right, let's go.
Reaction
There we
time is
go.
a factor in this, so please pay attention. Where do you live?
Downtown, 4th sector. Hey, this is great. Should I be sitting any special way?
Just relax.
Okay, so so that comes up with a low intensity questions, medium intensity, high intensity. Right, let's start with
Are
low.
you taking any drugs?
Hey, I get tested every week.
You return from work to find that your home has been burglarized.
The son of a bitch who robs me is dead. Kablam! No fooling around.
And after, you feel...
Good. Real good.
Okay.
You're 7 years old. You managed to steal several marshmallows from the kitchen and sneak them back to your bedroom. You're caught, and your father spanks you.
Good for him.
You're giving a speech to a crowd of hundreds. First, one person starts to laugh.
Why?
You tell me.
Finish the question.
He leans over and says something to the people around him. Soon the whole audience is roaring with laughter and pointing at you.
I don't like it when people laugh at me.
Nobody does.
No, I mean I really don't like it.
Okay, not entirely sure how this is going, to be honest, because his reactions, because obviously this guy is like a bit sort of like of a sociopath. So you've got your human reaction gauge and your replicant reaction gauge at the bottom there. So some of his responses could indicate just like a complete disregard for like human life, which you might expect a replicant to also have. But let's ask some high intensity questions.
You see an oversized book with pictures of exotic animals on the cover. The title is Big Game Hunting in Zaire.
I'd burn the book.
Let me finish. Curious, you flip it open. There's a picture of a man standing with his foot on a dead Cape buffalo. You find yourself fascinated. You keep paging through it, seeing picture after picture of animals laid to waste, each more gruesome than the last.
So this is how this test goes, huh? You asking me sick questions.
It's designed to provoke you.
Is that right?
You've been kidnapped. Your captors tell you that you'd better think about what you did to deserve this.
No, they'd better think about what they did to deserve it. Because they'll slip, and I'll be ready.
Using the first words that come into your mind, describe your childhood.
Peaceful.
Really?
Sure, once I took the axe to my ma. Joke, that's a joke. Boy, you should have seen your face.
Your best friend has done something to make you angry.
I know. I hate that son of a bitch.
Okay. I wonder if there's some sort of like system to this based on the responses that they get, like which questions you would then ask afterwards, but I just blunder through it pretty much. I think I did read somewhere ages ago that you are supposed to ask 2 of each. But
What's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you?
I don't know. I busted up a guy's face once. He was in the hospital for 2 weeks. I meant to kill him, so that was kind of embarrassing.
Oh, there we go.
Positive result. Subject is human. Test terminated.
So that's it.
Yeah?
Since you didn't shoot me, I must have registered okay.
Yeah, it was touch and go there for a while.
Well, you know, I think about skin jobs all the time. Try to get into their heads. Maybe that's what the deal is.
Okay.
I hear you've been waving guns around on Anemoid Row.
Who's been telling you that crap? That lying Egyptian snake oil salesman?
Hassan?
That's the one. I should have popped him when I had the chance. You want to know what really happened? I wanted to get my daughter a present for her birthday, right? I bought an iguana from that crook Hassan. And the damn thing ran out of juice just 2 days after I plucked down a shitload of Chinyan. Son of a bitch wouldn't give me a refund. So I threatened to burn down his shop.
Sometimes you just gotta be philosophical about these things.
That's exactly what my wife says.
Thanks for your time.
Okay. So I think we're done with Bob then in that case. That was pretty cool. So sometimes doing the Voight Conf, it's sort of inconclusive, but then the game kind of carries on as if, you know, the test was positive one way or the other. But that was quite good. We got an actual positive ID, and I think it'll appear in the clue database here. Yeah, here we go.
Positive result. Subject is human.
Yeah. Just a bit of fun. Oh, what the hell? Right. Okay, so let's see if we can find this Ezo guy again. I don't know if that'll be like some sort of trigger or flag. Because obviously I think if you speak to him about Hassan or Gregorian, he doesn't let you Voight Conf him. There he is. Come here.
Let me tell you what I want, and maybe I'll impress you. All my paperwork is in order.
Doesn't matter. I don't read anyhow. What's your name?
Ezo.
You move a lot of valuable goods through here? Valuable and exotic?
How exotic?
We're talking exceptionally fine jewelry in the shape of a dragonfly.
Ah, they were so majestic. I remember them from my childhood, and that was the last time I've seen them.
It's very important that I find out about this. Can you help me?
If I see something, and you can match whatever my collectors will pay, it's all yours.
Thanks a million. You say everything's top quality here. That go for your old buddy Spencer Gregorian, too?
I met him a while back. He bought some calfskin gloves from me. Said he wanted to do some gardening.
Calfskin?
Faux calfskin.
Gregorian said you were thrown out of cars for having violent tendencies.
Whoever Gregorian is, he's lying.
He also said you were a borderline sociopath who ought to be locked up, but I'm inclined to agree.
Don't you wish I gave a damn about what you think?
I can make you give a damn.
Let me give you a little word of advice, detective. Stay out of my business. More importantly, stay out of my face. All I'd have to do is make one vid call and you would be shoveling shit off-world for the rest of your career.
Talk to me like that some more and you'll be eating it.
Perhaps I can interest you in this camera. 100 years ago, it was a cherished item. Whole families sat for portraits.
I've seen plenty of photographs in my time.
Have you ever seen this?
Okay. So he's just pissed off, left the camera. I think there's a picture in the camera. Yep, there we go. A couple. Ah, there we go.
Locked.
Oh, okay. Later on I think we can get in there, because I think that might be a hatch to the sewers. But anyway, what I'm going to do here is save the game, because I think depending on how you exit this area, he might kill you. So let's go this way first and see what happens. No? Okay. There he is.
Hold it!
No, wait!
You blew your retirement loot this time, Slim.
What are you doing here?
Tracking this piece of shit. What are you doing here besides putting your nuts on the chopping block?
Investigating Ezo. Maybe we should compare notes.
Maybe you should find another line of work. Just in case I'm not around to bail you out next time. I'll wait for the uniforms. Why don't you grab yourself a slice of quiche or something? And pick up a bottle of scotch for the real Blade Runner, will ya? Just kidding, Slim.
Okay. That is the first time I've ever seen that happen. Normally he gets arrested.
Nothing more to find.
Oh well. Well, this is interesting then. She's a right bitch. Okay. Right, let's go back to the old car and maybe head to the police station, look at those photos.
I was fresh out of Leeds. Poking around Hawker's Circle had been a waste of time. I had nothing to connect this Ezo character to the Eisendaler murder. But if the replicants had done in one Tyrell scientist, maybe they'd go after another. And the subcontractors down on DNA Row didn't have Tyrell's security to protect them.
Okay, so that's unlocked another location.
DNA Row, okay, but yeah, let's go to the police station first. Because maybe Guza might be out of his office.
Ground floor.
During his last election campaign, Governor Kolvig promised a bold new plan of action to clean up the worst regions of the highly toxic debris that surrounds our city.
Minus 63. That's bollocks.
The so-called Kipple. Just how much progress has been made since then?
Okay. So yeah, so that's the one that he just took before he vanished. And that looks like it's the bar. And Anamoid Row, so let's have a look at
Hawker's
this.
Circle.
Yep. Right. So I think that is the yep. I wonder how it knows. Like, I just know.
She looks familiar. Give me a hard copy of that.
Does she? Is there anything else? Can't really. I think that might be it for this picture. Okay, let's try the other one.
China Bar.
Oh, there's that wifey again. Or does it actually take a... No. But I think that is the guy. Yeah.
That guy sure gets around. Give me a hard copy of that.
think that might be it for this one as well. I can't see anything that's obvious. Or would be a clue or anything like that, you know? Okay, right, well, that's fine. I'll exit from all this. I'll upload my
Uploading
stuff.
Personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
Righto, let's check on Guza. Hey, he's gone. Right, let's have a look at his stuff.
We get a new weapons shipment?
Although I'm not sure if that's... because I bought those from Bob. So I'm not sure if these are like a third type of bullet or just more of those. But we'll see. But is there anything else in here? Nope, 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 nope. Okay. One of the things that I read about in the guide is that apparently you can see Harrison's Ford character in one of the photos, like in the background or something like that. I don't know.
Lockup. Laboratory.
Yeah. Let's speak to the guy about the bullets.
We get a new weapons shipment?
Yeah, Guza requisitioned a couple of cases for the assault teams.
Let me guess. He's planning on taking out a small city.
Lieutenant's a big believer in overkill.
I've gotten all I can from that. That weapons shipment just came in. You got the paperwork handy?
Why? You got a pressing need to rummage through my private files?
Yeah, I forgot you were keeping your lacy underthings in there. Look, Jack, I just want to see what they're charging for a crate of rifles these days.
Too damn much if you ask me, especially at the rate the assault teams are losing them. I guess there ain't no harm in it.
Okay.
I've gotten all I can from that. You keeping busy, pal?
Nah, the place has been pretty quiet the last couple of days.
So, I don't know what sort
This
of...
is Crystal Steel, badge number BR61354. Still working...
She came to me with a reference from Ogilvy's in the Northwest Zone.
Not entirely sure what that's... because we didn't get bullets, obviously. So not entirely sure what that's even for. Okay. But let's go to, what's it called? DNA Road? So there's at least one character in DNA Row that also appears in the film. The guy that makes the eyes, which I think might be this place up here. Eye World.
What you do, huh?
Oh, yeah. I had a coat like that once.
Excuse me.
Deliveries to where?
LPD, I got a couple of questions.
Talk, always talk. You wait, you no take up time. Busy.
Marcus Eisendaler is dead.
Okay, we talk. Quick, come. What you want?
You were close to Eisendaler?
Eisendaler? No time for him. No go to lab. Eisendaler test off-world gravity to work important organs. Visual center, you see?
Marcus is dead.
To work hard all night, all day, no stop, no break, no OT.
Did you hear me?
Of course I hear you. You think I'm deaf? Your time more important, huh? Eisendaler dead. Miraji may be dead. You out chasing skirts.
Miraji?
You eat supper with Miraji every night, no fail. Sometimes Chinese, sometimes Indian, sometimes home cooked. Sometimes we go up and eat with twins.
Miraji didn't show. Did you call him?
Call. I knock. 10 minutes ago, door locked. No answer. Where you come from, huh?
What?
Nothing, nothing.
Tell me this.
Hey, wait, LPT, you there for something, huh, LPT? I'm very busy. Eyes won't wait for nothing.
Okay. So he's mentioned Miraji. I can't remember what it is that Miraji does. But he is also here on DNA Row. But before we go and speak to Miraji, I'm going to save the game. And you'll see why in a second. Dermo design. Right. Save the game. Right. Because Miraji...
What's going on?
...is strapped to a bomb.
Help me, sir.
Right.
Please,
we need to
help
shoot
me.
the chains.
It is going to blow.
Shoot the chains, shoot the chains.
Run! Run!
Run, 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 run. Right, okay. Yeah, so that killed me. I'll try that again. Be a bit quicker in the draw, I think.
What's going on? Who did this?
Help me, sir. Please, help me. It is going to blow. Run! Run!
Third time lucky.
What's going on? Who did this?
Help me, sir. Please, help me. It is going to blow. Run! Run!
Move, you... Ah, son of a bitch. Ah! I'll cut all this out. I'll edit it in post.
What's going on? Who did this?
It's going to blow Yano.
Help me, sir. Please, help me. It is going to blow.
And just notice that face, look at that.
Run! Run!
Right. Might be clicking on the wrong part of the screen. I remember this, like,
What's
doing
going
my
on?
absolute
Who
head
did
in.
this?
Help me, sir. Please, help me. It is going to blow. Run! Run!
Run for...
What's going on? Who did this?
Help me, sir. Please, help me. It is going to blow. Run! Run!
What's going on? Who did this?
Help me, sir. Please, help me. It is going to blow. Run! Run!
What's going on? Who did this?
Help me, sir. Please, help me. It is going to blow. Run! Run!
What's going on? Who did this?
Help me, sir. Please, help me. It is going to blow. Run! Run!
Wonder if I'm clicking the wrong bit.
What's going on? Who did this?
Help me, sir. Please, help me. It is going to blow.
Come on, come on, come on.
Run! Run!
What's going on? Who did this?
Help me, sir. Please, help me. It is going to blow. Run! Run!
Right, so running off in that direction doesn't help. Oh, riveting stuff. Right, let's go.
What's going on? Who did this?
Help me, sir. Please, help me. It is going to blow.
Yeah.
Run! Run!
Right, I think the mushroom-heated boy bought, like...
Don't shoot. McCoy, Rep D-Tech, BR-61661.
What do you know about this?
Got a dead man here. Victim of an explosion. His name is, was Miraji.
This is 32 Sector 3 reporting a homicide. Possible act of terrorism.
Right, now the thing about that is that I've got no idea what I did differently in order to survive that time. I don't know. Faster on the clicks? I don't know.
You got a sheet or something we could cover him with?
But I'm pretty sure...
Nah, nothing. Cold Cup boys have been dragging ass.
I think there's a few ways that can happen. Obviously, you can actually get killed in the actual building itself if you shoot the bomb, particularly. I think you can just leave without freeing him. Obviously, he dies in the explosion, but I'm pretty sure he can survive for a bit after the explosion, and he'll speak to you. But he's just dead. A little bit off screen there. I can't even like really interact with the body the way it is, but let's have a look back inside.
It was something you didn't see too often. A precise, shaped explosion fashioned for minimum collateral damage. The son of a bitch was a pro. Someone with real munitions expertise. And that expertise could only come with extensive, on-the-job, off-world training.
So, if you remember from the cutscene at the start of Act 2, there was the guy Sadiq, who's like the bombs expert. So this is obviously implying that he set this bomb up, and also implying that he's from off-world, i.e. a replicant. But Sadiq is, I think, one of those characters in this game that sometimes isn't a replicant as well, because I think there's a part of the game where you can actually shoot him and he reacts to it, you know, because obviously like replicants are supposed to be like super tough, so they get shot, they don't actually like feel it, but Sadiq can get shot and he does react to it, which sort of makes McCoy think that he's not a replicant. But anyway, is there anything to interact with in here at all? The door?
Locked. No way through here.
Yeah. So like it was quite an interesting setup that he had in here, which you only got to see for like a couple of seconds, but yeah, there was like that face, the skin that was stretched out over here. There was a chair with like what looked like skin and another face attached to like a big machine. Yeah, but like you only saw it for about 10 seconds. Or in my case, you know, multiple instances of 10 seconds. But let's have a look up here. Okay. What sort of sick shit is this?
I recognized the logo on the envelope. It was definitely Runsitter's animal sales, but I didn't expect to find hundreds of chinion inside. I didn't know what it was for, but I'd bet the farm it wasn't on Runsitter's books.
Okay. Broke it.
The VidPhone was one of those old Zenith jobs, the last electronic tech that was still produced on this continent, in Mexico to be exact. No wonder the sucker was on the blink. I've gotten all I can from that.
I've just remembered something from the guide. Apparently, at various points, you can find bits of genetic code, and I think that affects the ending as well.
I've gotten all I can from that.
And
I've gotten all I can from that.
I think I may have missed one. Back in the anti-gravity lab.
Hello, Luther. Hello, Lance. You have no new messages and one saved voice-only message. Would you like to hear the saved message again?
Absolutely.
Hello, it's J.F. Sebastian. I hope you guys are all right. I tried to talk to Dr. Terrell about your reemployment, but I haven't been able to get through to him yet. He's kinda angry, and you know what a cool customer he is. I don't know what happened between you guys, but I'm still trying. If you want to get together, I'm still at the Bradbury. I'll be here all night.
Message saved automatically. To delete, please state your deletion security number.
Not right now. Thanks.
The pleasure's all ours at Sino Bell.
So that's J.F. Sebastian, who's the character from the film. Might even be the same actor doing the voice, actually. It sounds very, very close. So the Bradbury building is where J.F. Sebastian lives, and there's an actual building in LA. I'll go and speak to Chen. Maybe he's got something to say about that. About the bomb that went off across the road from his shop.
What you do, huh?
Listen to me.
Busy. You not delivery man. You go away. Distraction all day long. Never stop. Loud noises on the street. Beep, beep, boom, boom, boom. Always big, rough eyes.
That'd be Dermo design burning to the ground.
Oh? What of Marathi?
He didn't make it.
You leave now, okay? Very busy. Must work.
So obviously this guy, you kind of this guy gets, you see him in the film as well. Leon and Roy Batty come to pay this guy a visit, sort of like, I suppose it must be later after I've been and gone, I suppose. But there's not really much else to do in DNA Row now. I'm going to head back to the Tyrell building real quick.
Messy up there, isn't it?
I think it's something to do with this console.
Someone had tried to access a bunch of protected files on the Tyrell network and failed, not just once, but a dozen times. Tyrell engineers might forget their passwords, but what would the GravLab boys need with replicant DNA sequences and incept dates? Eisenduller had used his dog's name as a password. The Tyrell brass wouldn't be too happy if they knew I was snagging a copy of their files, but someone had wanted them bad enough to kill Eisenduller, so I figured they must be worth having. Nothing.
Okay, so that's cool. So I'm not sure if that is the DNA sequence, but it's something interesting anyway. So, where was it? Oh, something I was going to do actually when I was in the police station was I was going to go down to the lockup to see if I could void conf Spencer Gregorian. So I'll do that just now. But there's the... Oh, has it not appeared? Okay, I thought the Bradbury building would have appeared after that message, but never mind.
You're Spencer Gregorian, right?
No. I really think my lawyer should be here.
I'm gonna give you a little test.
The other detective. She already tested me earlier today.
Uh-huh. Look, I gotta check out the equipment, and you're the only stiff around.
I object to this treatment. If you'll just call my lawyer, he'll take care...
Your lawyer would tell you I got the authority to VK the mayor if I want. And he'd have to smile and nod and kiss my butt until I cleared him. So sit down.
Right. So I'm going to photocomp this guy. So this guy's pretty much the polar opposite of Bob. Because this guy's obviously mild-mannered, nice, and is a replicant sympathizer. So let's see how it goes.
Reaction time is a factor in this, so please pay attention. Where do you live?
3rd sector, uptown.
Nice neighborhood?
Very. Is this going to take long?
Just keep your pants on, Spencer. You notice someone attractive across the room.
If I thought the attraction was mutual, I would ask her out for coffee or lunch.
You return from work to find that your home has been burglarized.
I'd call the police.
You suddenly feel the urge to commit suicide.
I love life too much to commit suicide. You wouldn't know about that, would you?
You've been drafted into the Army. During a boot camp hazing, you're bound, blindfolded, and forced to eat worms.
Hazing's illegal.
Oh yeah, you're really worried about breaking the law. Wonder why I'm the one on this side of the bars.
Civil disobedience has a long history in our world.
So does genocide, but I ain't out butchering my neighbors. You're at a restaurant with friends. One of them orders lobster. The chef drops the lobster into the tub of boiling water while you watch.
Are you trying to make me sick?
You've been kidnapped. Your captors tell you that you'd better think about what you did to deserve this.
I try to reason with them.
Okay. A couple of responses that he's had that are well negative in the old replicant scale there.
Are you taking any drugs?
No. How does your machine work? Is it a lie detector?
Not exactly. Your verbal responses aren't what's important. Why? You got something to hide, Spencer?
Absolutely not.
Describe in single words only the good things that come into your mind about your mother.
Patient, brave, loving.
A teacher calls you stupid in front of the rest of the class.
I try to do better next time.
You have a little boy. He shows you his butterfly collection, plus the killing jar.
I take him to a psychiatrist.
Test terminated.
Okay. So didn't actually have any sort of conclusive result there.
I got some more questions for you. Tell me about your protest at Tyrell's plant.
I already told that other detective everything. Under duress.
I want to know about the people who were there. The Rastafarian and the Asian guy with the sunglasses.
I don't know them.
Were they together?
They seemed to be. I saw them talking.
Before or after the explosion?
Before. I didn't see them at all after. That's all I know, I swear. I wouldn't even know where to find explosives. I'm not a violent man.
Of course you aren't. You just want to let replicants walk the streets.
They're not killers, Detective. They're innocents. They just want to live a decent, productive life like you or me.
It's that simple, huh? I got some more questions for you. Lot of people involved in your cause, Spencer?
Yes, sir. We're growing fast. As more and more people realize that replicants have cognitive and emotional legitimacy, the Citizens Against Replicant Slavery will spearhead the movement towards...
Save the pitch for someone who gives a shit.
We're peaceful people, Detective. We live by a code that men like you could never understand.
Try me.
2 centuries ago, humans were held in slavery. Brave souls formed an underground railroad.
So, you help replicants escape the city.
I'm talking figuratively, Detective.
Sure you are.
We're not children, Detective. We have resources. The world is changing. people are waking up to the injustices perpetrated by a sick society that you have helped...
A lot of them will wake up dead if reps are allowed to run amok on Terra, jerk. You keeping busy, pal?
Please leave me alone. My migraine's acting up.
Okay. So that's like all there is to say to him. So yeah, so like I was saying earlier, the Voight-Kampff test there didn't actually say whether or not he was human or replicant. I'm not sure how that affects the game. I'm not sure how I could have changed that or what I could have done. I wonder if maybe I'm supposed to pay a bit more attention to the replicant and bars that are coming up. I'm actually going to nip to the mainframe while I'm here and sort of deposit all the evidence. I wonder if that might do something.
Laboratory, mainframe, and shooting range.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
Yeah. So still no Bradbury building. Not entirely sure what to do now. Let's go to the Tyrell building just on the off chance. Maybe speak to the security guard.
Messy up there, isn't it?
How do I get in to see the big boss?
You don't, unless he wants to see you.
Okay. How do I make him want to see me?
Well, you could call his personal assistant.
Who is?
Don't know, offhand.
Yeah, I get the picture. You know anything about Tyrell's computer system?
Security's tight as a drum, if that's what you're asking.
Somebody tried to access restricted data from the terminal in Dr. Eisendoller's office.
But they couldn't get in.
Yeah. Looks like Dr. Tyrell keeps his files safer than he keeps his employees. I may have more questions for you later on.
Yes, sir.
So that may have been a trigger there, talking about Tyrell. Because I think Guza set you up an interview or something along those lines. I'm going to nip back to DNA row and see if I can get something from that computer system that was in Mirage's. Maybe there might be something up there. But no, I am a bit like, I would have thought for sure that the Bradbury building would have been unlocked after listening to that voice message.
I've gotten all I can from that.
Is there anything else to look at? Anything else? Anything else?
I've gotten all I can from that.
Doesn't, yeah. Quick look in Dermo design. Anything. Yeah, no. Security camera would have been good in here, wouldn't it? Let's see if Goose is in his office. He might be able to swing a meeting with Tyrell. Oh, for no, nope. He's gone. Right. So kind of like a little bit stuck again. Actually, it's just sort of totally thrown me that the Bradbury Building's not available to investigate just yet. Might just go back to the apartment and maybe call this part done. Maybe there's some sort of, you know, going back to the apartment, sleeping or something might trigger.
Your floor number, please.
McCoy, 88F.
88. Thank you.
Right.
Here you go,
Dog.
baby. Dinner time. Good doggy.
And let's just have a wee kip. No messages?
No messages. Portrait of the sleep-deprived.
Right, okay, so I think I'll probably call it there. Obviously there's something still need to trigger or speak to. Maybe back in Anemoy Row, maybe Izo's shop or something like that. But thank you for having the patience to watch this, if you've watched it all the way, and you know, apologies about failing so many times to escape from that friggin' bomb. But well, thanks very much, and I will continue this with part 3 maybe in a week or two.